What's going on, ladies and gentlemen of the nation? Your dude Sly here, back at it with another Destiny 2 video for you. And this time we're taking a look at some recent news and videos released by Bungie. Now on Thursday, the TWAB, or This Week at Bungie, a name I've always hated since they changed it. Anyway, the Bungie Weekly Update, however you want to call it, it came out as it always does around 6 p.m. Eastern Thursday evening, which was yesterday. And on top of that, we've had two videos drop that shed a little more light onto the moon and just how big this space is really going to be. So first things first, let's get to this, guys. I have been a bad guardian. Now I usually never report on glitches or exploits, cheeses, etc. But when I stumbled into one on accident and realized just how much time it could save you, I felt it was one worth repeating. Well, of course, as soon as I get involved, Bungie starts handing out the stiff hand, as you may have seen on the title screen. Now, according to Bungie Weekly Update, if you used the tribute cheese to gain bad juju, the catalyst, or the emote, all of them will be blocked until you can go back and redo all of the tributes that you missed. Now, Bungie isn't taking away the weapon per se or the emote, but simply putting a hold onto it. So even though you own it and it's in your possession, it will be blacked out and you cannot equip it. Now, good thing is you have until July 30th to do so. And if you actually took part in the glitch, you can use the weapon from now until July 30th. As long as you have all of your tributes filled back in, you will be able to use the weapon like normal and you're good to go. So for some clarification here, if all you did was use the glitch to put down 18 tributes just so you could get bad juju, then all you have to do is replace 18 of them. If you went all the way and you put down 50, then you need to replace the 50 that you cheesed if you wish to keep everything you have. Now if you did go all the way, at least try and put down the 18 tributes the right way so you can at least keep bad juju, and then slowly work your way back up to the emote and the catalyst. Okay, so I went back in and added this over my finished video after I rendered it. So for clarification here, guys, if you use the cheese to only get bad juju, then you're going to be fine. Bad juju will not be blacked out. Only the X marks the spot emote and the catalyst will be blacked out if you cheesed it. So if you have bad juju and you're still at 18 cheese tributes, then they will all reset back to the one you actually placed to open the door. That means you're going to have to now go back and do the tributes legit before you can unlock the catalyst and X marks the spot emote, which unlocks at 45 and 50 tributes. The good thing here is that you can keep using both of these until July 30th. So my advice is to simply slowly work your way up over the next couple of weeks, and by the end of the month, July 30th, you should be good to go. Sorry for any confusion this may have caused. I usually wake up early in the morning. First thing I do on Friday morning is read the TWAB, and I was tired and I must have misread it, so I apologize about that. Okay guys, next up let's talk about Shadowkeep. Now I'm not sure about all of you guys, but as a D1 Day 1 player, I am beyond excited to be returning to the moon. And part of me hopes that Crota's End might also be returning as well. Those year 1 raids were special because those were the days when you actually needed the one person who could do it all while handling relics. Vault of Glass, Aegis Shield, Crota's End Sword. Even though in year 2 D1 they brought back the raids, Crota's End was tweaked a bit while using the sword, and it was much more forgiving and nowhere near as difficult as it was the first year. But even still, it's still unique and it would be cool to have it back. But the moon is no longer the same place it once was. While aesthetically some areas might look relatively the same, the Hellmouth portion has been totally revamped, and the Citadel stands as a hive stronghold that goes down deep into the Hellmouth itself. I'm assuming somewhere at the bottom of the Hellmouth we'll see a couple of strikes and perhaps even the new dungeon. On Twitter, Bungie posted a developer insight video talking about the Hellmouth and the moon. Now for some reason it was only uploaded to Twitter and not YouTube, so I did re-upload it onto my channel, unmonetized of course, so if you wish to check it out, definitely do so. They're always interesting and the link will be down below in the description box. Now we see quite a few new spaces that bring back, the old feels of Destiny. It has been a hot minute since I've been able to shoot original Red Maroon Hive. Maroon Hive with that fire mixtape. Anyway, check out the Dev Insight video, it's pretty cool. But on top of that video, Bungie also posted another 1.5 minute long video showing off some new areas of the moon in much better detail. It's called the Moon Destination Reveal. It's not very long and it's pretty much just a slideshow of HD images delving into the moon itself. And as you can see, the moon is pretty freaking awesome, and I cannot wait to see how far down the Hellmouth we can travel. Now personally, I'm hoping the moon is just like the Dreaming City, more of an endgame location with secrets hidden all over the place, portals, hidden doorways, time-gated areas, etc. The moon really didn't have all that many hidey holes in Destiny 1. The coolest thing that happened on the moon was the original Black Spindle mission, which now of course is Whisper of the Worm. That was actually hidden within a story mission on the moon. The mission was on rotation when you reached the end game, and when you bumped up the difficulty to heroic, that's when the extra doorway came to life and shown there was much more to this specific area than we thought. It also shows a fallen ketch that has crash landed on the moon. If I'm correct, it's actually the same ketch that we teleported up into during that Black Spindle mission, the Taniks ketch. The remainder of the Fallen have used the hole as some sort of base camp, but it gives you kind of like a quick peek into how the conditions will be, how big it really is, and everything you can find inside. Alright, moving on into the video, we can see that the shell or the outside of the moon doesn't look really all that different. You know, we have a few new cracks, some new lighting, a couple of added supply crates, etc. So I'm assuming that the doors that once led to nowhere will actually open up in these areas and shed some light as to what these buildings actually are or what they've done in the past. The accelerator was actually one of my favorite places in all of Destiny 1, especially the moon. It looked like a roller coaster ride slingshot back to Earth, which I think is actually a pretty genius idea. If we end up mining on the moon, why take large loads and strap rockets to them when we can give it the potential energy it needs, you know, right here on the moon? However, I would believe it'd have to be a nightmare to calculate when and how to launch these things. With the Earth rotating as well as the moon and the distance in between, one would have to be pretty precise when launching this thing. You could end up making tons of material, the next kinetic impact bomb. But seeing ideas like this on the moon, it brings back that, you know, time before transmat kind of feeling, when the moon was but a stepping stone to Mars and the rest of the solar system, back when the world was only a little more advanced than we are today. And I personally think that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Just a quick video telling all of you bad Guardians that you might be punished and that you should check out the 2 recent videos showing off the new location, the moon. Now, the only thing left to talk about is, of course, Iron Banner, which will be returning this upcoming Tuesday next week. And if you've participated in past Iron Banner, as well as this one, then you will earn an emblem commemorating the time when Lord of Wolves was just stupid powerful during the tradition of the Iron Lords. I'm assuming it's just here as like kind of a small inside joke to remember the day back when you were melting and being melted by a shotgun that will probably end up back in your vault for the next year or so until shotguns are once again patched. But that's kind of it. Just a quick side note, along with Iron Banner next week, we'll also see increased Valor. So if you need to reach Legendary or Prestige, knock out some Triumphs, that will be your time. Deej, Cosmo, and Damage 4 have been promising us tons of juicy details in the weeks to come, so keep it here as I'll be covering the weekly update or TWABs from here on out. I can't wait to see what's next for Shadowkeep and the next season in Destiny 2, which has now been officially named the Season of the Undying. I also have a few cross-save questions as well, so can't wait for that. So I am out of here, my friends. As always, thank you for not only watching, but also for your support. It takes a lot to work and to be a YouTuber, so having you guys consistently watching my content is awesome, and it's what drives me to keep it up. By the way, if you're new to Sly Nation, then welcome, my friend. Subscribe for lots more Destiny 2 Shadowkeep videos, as well as others about Cyberpunk 2077, Anthem, BioWare games in general, Jedi Fallen Order, and much, much more. Spank the thumbs up, but only if you enjoyed yourself, and if you want to catch up on social media, check me out over on Twitter at Sly Nation, or on the FB, Sly Nation Gaming. Later, Guardians, and keep those eyes open for more videos coming out here soon, but until then, this is your dude Sly, and I'll catch you all next time.